And that long pause just for the sheer what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Retro Discussions going old school. We are here. I hope that you have your proton packs charged because we are going to get into the Ghostbusters. And every one of us here on the panel have an unlicensed nuclear accelerator sitting on our back right now for your enjoyment. And of course, I'm going to introduce the panel. We've got Etep Wakuin of the Place B Reviews. What's going on, Etep?
Hey, brother. Thank you, man. I'm here to just simply ask the question, who you going to call? And I died, man. Thank you for having me on. One of my favorite IPs, one of my favorite movies as a kid, and some of my favorite toys were the Ghostbusters. And this is something that I have been able to and been fortunate enough to pass on to my son. But for those of you who don't or might not know me, I'm Tepo Queen of the Place to Be Reviews. I'm right here. Old School Toys with Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective with all of yous. Thanks for having me, man.
Oh, no, man. It's always a pleasure to get you on. Always a pleasure to get you on. And we got our good buddy Jens. What's going on, Jens?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm glad to be on with you and Etep in that. Talk about the Ghostbusters, because, yeah, it's not the first time I've talked about the Ghostbusters, but, yeah, I can keep talking about the Ghostbusters. They're big in the 80s, and so when I was growing up, it was like Ghostbusters, Star Wars, He-Man, sort of shit. Like, yeah.
All the good stuff that we remember and we love. And I'm going to say hello to the people that are in chat that already stopped in. What's going on? Lasso of Truth, welcome. Always good to see you. Keely Chow. Keely Chow is everywhere. What's going on, Keely? Gap Stargate is in the house. What is going on, Gap Stargate? The lovely Sherry is also gracing us with her presence. What is going on, Sherry? I hope that you are doing well. Make sure to share the links out there because YouTube hates guinea pigs. They do. I don't understand what their hatred is with me, but they can't stand me.
This is you bow down to them.
No, I refuse. I refuse to bow down to them. But of course, we're going to talk about some Ghostbusters in here, and I want to start us off with a couple of small movie clips, and then we can get into the discussions, and then I want to bring up some of the merchandise that they actually had. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't find all the merchandise that I was looking for because, well, some of it's buried in crates that I just couldn't seem to dig it out, but I'll get into a talk about some of the things that I couldn't find. But let's go ahead, and we're going to bring up some of them nostalgia feels right now with our first clip, and here we go. Once again, we will be taking a journey back into the past. This one has credited writers of Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, and Rick Moranis, who is otherwise uncredited, directed by Ivan Reitman. This one stars Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Sigourney Weaver, Harold Ramis, Rick Moranis, and Ernie Hudson. This is 1984's Ghostbusters. New York City has a problem. Paranormal occurrences have been plaguing the city in increasing numbers, and the only ones who know this are three extraordinarily bright, slightly offbeat university parapsychologists who lose their research grant, are forced out of academia, and start their own business. The ghost removal business. They are the Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. Fire and brimstone coming down from the sky.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together. That's hysteria. There's something you don't see every day.
I tried to think of the most harmless thing. Something I loved from my childhood.
You know, some of those clips get me every single time. That stuff is so damn hilarious, and it has never worn off for me.
Right here, man.
Yeah,
right in the
I
feels.
watched it recently on Raquel. I think it was Raquel did a watch of it. Yeah, and I was there, and yeah, great film. Even to this day, some of the effects holds up. Obviously, like you can see slight sort of things that give it away for it dated, but for early 80s, the effects were like pretty good even to today's standards.
Oh
But
yeah.
he don't know talking good like me and you. So his vocabularistics is limited.
Sorry, I couldn't help that one yet. I've been fooling around with new clips again. This is not my fault.
Oh man.
No, I think you're right though, Jens. A lot of the effects actually hold up, especially the stuff that they're doing with the proton packs and everything. The only thing that probably doesn't hold up as well is some of the ghosts. The way the ghosts look, they can make them look so much better now.
Yeah. There is because like they did that sort of like combination of puppetry and effects. So some of them ghosts are like puppets, aren't they? Like Slimer, he was a puppet sort of thing that they just made it an effect to make him look like a ghost and that. As anyone fully CGI'd.
No, go ahead, Etep.
No, I was just like I'm agreeing with Jens on that. I think like the first one had because the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man in the first one, that was like the miniatures they did. I'm pretty sure was somebody in the suit, which dude, it looks so good. Like and the effects they use for like the New York scene in the first one where the all the spirits are coming out and they're channeled by the tower. They use the exact same effects pack that they use in Afterlife as they did in the first Ghostbusters, which I mean it's beautiful. That's one of the effects that holds up, and it looked so good. And that's what I it really got me during the run up to Afterlife when all these critics were, knocking it for, they're just kowtowing to these toxic fans and it's fan service. And I'm like, well, see, if 2016 wouldn't have with the route they did, you could have had a similar, but no, they pushed Ivan Reitman out and they brought Paul Feig in. And you reap what you sow. So that's why Afterlife went over so big with the fans to me, because it was the perfect blend of the new and the old, and like I said, those effects that they reused worked so good, and the proton packs looked and sounded spot on. It was freaking it was gorgeous. It was brilliant. And it speaks to Jason Reitman and how he really handled it, because his dad Ivan was there the entire time. Like, Ivan was like, well, look, and Jason probably got sick of it. Hey, come on, Dad. But it was wonderful to see the originals, sans Harold Ramis, God rest his soul, back together again. And the new cast, everything worked. It just worked. And that's what this franchise, to me, they're all like a bunch of, it's like that everyman thing, And I think that's what made the original so good and why it stands the test of time. Because they might be scientists, but they're all represented as like kind of like the everyman. And that's why Bill Murray, I think, had such success in the 80s, because that was the decade of, they call it the decade of decadence, but also he was, look at who was considered leading men back there. These are guys that you would see walking around the street, you know what I mean? Outside of
absolutely. Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, like, and some of the things that they did before then, like you're looking at stuff like Caddyshack and everything like that, where they once again they're playing the everyday schmo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but there was the original cast where Eddie Murphy and someone else. No, they were supposed to be in it, but the one.
Well, while you're thinking about that, real quick, I'm going to say hello to, it's Courtney's Fellowship of Oddballs. What's going on there? I know it took me a minute to say hello to you. And Magtall Smurf is in the house. Ghostbusters theme is a ripoff of Huey Lewis in the News. Need a new drug. I'm not sure. Did that come out first?
Yeah.
Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective. Did you know that Mego and Hasbro Pulse have on pre-order the original Ghostbuster actors, all 4 of the Ghostbusters? I'm not sure. I remember seeing a set. I don't remember what it was from, but I know it's from Hasbro, and they did it a year ago. And it was supposed to be the original Ghostbusters. I'm actually going to talk about that later on when I talk about what they had as far as toys and everything that were available. Lasso of Truth. If there's something strange in your neighborhood, who are you going to call? Absolutely. And Courtney again saying hi to everybody. And Keck 44, what's going on, Keck 44? And Soul Assassin is also in the house. I remember hearing Bill Murray did multiple tales because he winged his lines. Yeah.
Probably.
So what do you got, Jens?
I gotta find it, but I know.
Well, we're waiting.
Yeah. Well, it's real hard because I can't remember exactly, but I know Eddie Murphy was supposed to be the Harold Ramis Egon Spengler character. I know that was because Eddie Murphy was supposed to play the Egon Spengler who Harold Ramis played in the end because like Eddie Murphy didn't do it because I think he was doing Beverly Hills Cop or something. But anyway, like I'm trying to find because when you put original Ghostbusters cast in, it brings up Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, Sigourney Weaver, Ernie Hudson, and that, and then for some reason, got Melissa McCartney. No shit. Don't know if you want to share this. It's like proper you taking the piss, but.
What's going on, Luffy is God? The only thing missing from the new Ghostbusters movie is when Egon helps his granddaughter hold her photon shooter steady. I was expecting to say Egon.
Yep, like when they're tuning him up. Ray Egon. That's what he's referring to.
Oh, it's a new pre-order. Nice. Did you see those figures that they came out with? It was probably a little over a year and a half ago. They came out with the original movie characters.
Oh, yeah, they were like the 6-inch figures, right?
Yeah.
If I'm, they were like scary accurate to how the actors really looked.
They were,
right?
They looked great, and they were build a set too because they actually, if you got all of them, you would be able to build Zool, the dog.
Okay.
Yeah, my girlfriend's a dog. Yeah, that one.
There we go, though. It's John Belushi. Because it was supposed to be Dan Aykroyd, Tom Belushi, and Eddie Murphy.
Eddie. I don't know how Eddie would have really fit in, other than they have chemistry from being they were all on Saturday Night Live at the time.
Yeah. Well, like as I say, Eddie Murphy was supposed to play the Egon Spengler character, as in being like the sort of computery sort of scientist nerd sort of person. John Belushi, I think he was supposed to the Bill Murray's character sort of thing, and Dan Aykroyd would have played like what he played.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I think they had to bring in a black character for diversity, and then they picked Bingy, I think. Because
that really wasn't much of a thing back then. I mean, I think, quite honestly, this actual layout, well, I think it would have made the movie so busy, it would have been impossible to follow, really. And it would have had to have been a long movie. If they're going to have
Yeah.
all those different groups, they're talking like, what, 12 different Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
Involved, dozens of Ghostbusters fighting groups of specters. That would have been way too busy. Nobody really would have had a chance to stand out. You wouldn't have been able to really give a shit about the characters.
No. And that was the beautiful thing about the first and even the second one, is the way it took these characters and it made you care about them. I don't want to use the word humanized them because I don't think it's the right connotation for what I'm trying to convey. But it did. It just they made you. It's just character development. It was good writing, is what it was. I mean, it's weird to have to search to find good words to describe good writing. But in 2022 and 2020, in the last 8-10 years, it's kind of hard to, good writing is hard to find nowadays if you're not reading independent comics. You know what I mean? Or watching, high-end fan films. The mainstream movies have really let us down. And Ghostbusters did. It drew you in. It made you care about these guys.
Yeah, the mainstream being dumbed down in that.
Yeah.
So.
I look at like... Oh, go ahead, Jens. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Ghostbusters, considering it was sort of like a child-friendly film sort of thing, it was quite technical, and there was some because the plot line's a bit complicated, even for like adults and that, because it goes into like a crazy sort of like world and that. But yeah.
I saw, like I said, I've told Tommy this. This was the first VHS, one of two. The first time when we got our VCR in my family. We rented two movies first. My parents rented me Ghostbusters and the first G.I. Joe movie. And I watched this movie in 24 hours, probably like 3 times at least. God, my dad was like, Jesus Christ, can we not? I'm like, no, we're watching it again, Dad.
Here we go. We're watching it again.
Yep.
It's like the TBS station, it's just replays.
Oh.
Yep. I tell you what, no, they did a survey about this, and they were saying back when the VHS was, the big thing and it was popular, one of the movies that almost everybody had in their collection was Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Yep.
Remember the cover and all, where it was just the Ghostbusters sound with a black on black. It was really basic, but I'll always see it though. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is when Islington Girl says I've seen this movie 30 times. I think so honestly, my 6-year-old loves this movie. He loves Ghostbusters, 1 and 2, and then like I said, we took him to see Afterlife. Absolutely, he sat in the theater, just loved it. So it's like this is good stuff. It's quality entertainment, and stuff like that is timeless. It doesn't get old. You can watch this over and over again, and it still grabs you. You know what I mean? And it's captivating entertainment. It's good.
Yeah. Well, it's quite actually in it and all, because well, the first 2 originals that even Afterlife, even though I hadn't seen it, I've seen some clips of it, but yeah, pretty actiony in that. So I liked it because it was like the A-Team, but Ghostbusting instead of just.
Yeah, that's funny because we were looking at shows to start watching the other day, and it was either the A-Team or Knight Rider, and we started watching Knight Rider again.
Oh yeah, well, both great.
Oh God, yeah, dude, it's just that whole era, that early to the whole 80s decade in entertainment was, I mean, some of the greatest movies of our time came out in the 80s. Let's be honest. Franchises were born there, and flourished in the 80s. And this one, you had this one, and then the second one, and people really poo-poo the second movie. Oh well, it's beat for beat the first movie. So
I think.
Well, I don't think it was exactly beat for beat. There was a lot of elements that were different in it. So
yeah, I disagree with the beat for beat thing. But is it basically the first movie with some upgrade? I would say upgrades, but some some changes. Yes, but why do you not copy a successful formula that worked and people?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it was a bit like with Die Hard, where the
Yeah.
second one got slagged for basically being the same movie but set in an
Mm-hmm.
airport. But it's like, well, it's different enough in that. But
Yeah.
I would say though, the second one had the dreaded fucking sequel sort of case of never ever going to be able to beat the original, and so it always
Yeah.
got down.
Well, I mean, there's
Yeah.
always movies like that. I mean, unfortunately, that's just the way it is. But when you're talking about you're trying to build a franchise, you want that same type of feel in the movies. I'm not saying that you need to copy it beat for beat, but if you don't have the same type of feel, why are they coming back to watching it? So if you have the original come out and this is the feel that this movie has, and then the second one has a completely different feel, it's going to turn the audience off. And that's why 9 times out of 10, most of these sequels fail, because they don't capture the essence of the first movie and keep it in line with and continuity with it.
Well, so
Real quick, I want to say hello to some of the people that stopped in the chat. Shadowhawk Backs, what's going on? Nelson the Gentleman, watch the movies that made us. Ghostbusters episode on Netflix. It gives you a great history of the movie. Yeah, I seen that one a while ago. That was actually pretty good. Gap Stargate, Ghostbusters, Ex Migo 4-pack collection on Hasbro Pulse. Pre-order now. Awesome. I'll have to check that out. Shadowhawk Backs once again saying hi to everybody. Marby Dog, what's going on? Eddie Murphy is pro-trans, allegedly.
He picked up a trans.
Yeah, he did. Oh, I ain't afraid no ghosts. What's going on? Welcome. I know I'm a little behind on the chat in here, and I actually have somebody else waiting in the green room ready to get on. Slasher, what's going on?
Yay.
Slasher, you know you're always welcome to stop up here, buddy. Dark Side is Comics. What's going on, Meredith? Good to see you. Last of Truth, when Spike TV used to show the 6 films in a marathon, my family would always watch. I also seen a couple people talking about the cartoon, and they kept saying the Ghostbusters cartoon. Now, here's the thing. There was a Ghostbusters cartoon. Yes. Oh, yeah. The cartoon for them was called The Real Ghostbusters. Why? There was already another cartoon out previously that was called Ghostbusters, and I remember it had a big, funky blue ape or something in it.
Yeah, there was a monkey or gorilla, whatever it was.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and in The Real Ghostbusters, they made an episode where basically they was the real Ghostbusters, and Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, and that they were just actors who played them in a film. And that was like one of the plot lines, because you go see the film and that because it's of them, and because they have a storyline after.
God damn it, Vinny.
Go ahead, Jens.
No, yeah, what you're saying though, The Real Ghostbusters, it was one of them where they made out, and so they could have like Slimer being their friend, where in Ghostbusters he won't like, because apparently they was the real Ghostbusters who inspired a film to be made that we all watched with Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray in that.
Okay.
Well, I mean, here's the funny thing. In the end of the second movie, or towards the end, there was actually one scene where Slimer gets out. He's out of the containment, and he's actually sitting there with Rick Moranis' character.
Yeah, he helps him, doesn't he? He drives a bus to get Rick Moranis to the Statue of Liberty.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I think that kind of led into what they did in the Real Ghostbusters cartoon as far as him. I want to properly welcome Tony to the panel. What's going on, Tony?
Hey, everybody. What's up? Hail to everyone in the chat, everyone on the panel. It's great to see everyone again.
Yeah, no, always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. I mean, I know you got some news later on. I mean, I don't know when you want to give it. You're free to talk about it at any point you want.
Yeah, well, we can talk about it later. I don't want to I want to hear about this other Ghostbusters cartoon that I didn't know about. Not the real one, but the one with the blue weight.
Yeah, well, it was done in the 60s or something, and that. I think that's why they had the name, because they had it. I'll bring it up.
I looked something up here, and there's something about the Ghostbusters from 1975, but it's like live action, but it's got an ape, and it's wearing like a yellow pinwheel hat.
Mm-hmm.
That was the show.
Yeah.
I didn't know about this.
Yeah, there was a show and there was also a cartoon, because originally when they first went to title this movie, they initially weren't going to be allowed to call it Ghostbusters, but I think they actually went and they attained the rights to it, so they could just use Ghostbusters. Or no. Originally they were going to call it the Ghostbusters. They dropped the. That's why it's just called Ghostbusters, not the Ghostbusters, because the old movie is the Ghostbusters.
My entire life has
was.
been a lie.
The toys, excuse me, for the real Ghostbusters cartoon, that right there, that's a sore subject for me.
Oh, I got something about that in a little bit. So before we right after Jens shows this, before we get into anything else, I actually got another clip for the movie, and then we could start getting into some of the franchising stuff that they did too. Yeah, so here you go. Yeah, the Ghostbusters, the animated series, and that's why they had to call it the real Ghostbusters when they came out with the animated. Now, the original movie, the one from 75 or whatever it was, that was just called The Ghostbusters, and they dropped the and just called it Ghostbusters as far as the movie was concerned. I mean, there's a whole bunch of little details, and if I'm not wrong, Nelson probably knows, I believe they actually touched on that on the Netflix series about the Ghostbusters. I believe they talked about all that, too.
Yeah, the TV series.
Ghost Breakers?
No, Ghostbusters, but like a TV series, which I think is sort of like what the rebooted up want me, sort of like that, I think. But yeah, I'm not exactly well versed on the Ghostbusters. That in the real Ghostbusters. Yeah, because I think it could be.
Now, Filmation seemed to have been involved in everything, all the way from Masters of the Universe to a lot of those other cartoons that came out at the time. If it wasn't Filmation, it was Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Filmation seems to be everywhere in this time period.
Yeah, dude, they had everything going on back then.
Soul Assassin, the studio head that owned Ghostbusters, was fired and ended up working at the studio that owned the original Ghostbusters. First order was to make a deal for the film. Oh, what's going on, Brady Stay? Good to see you. Welcome.
What's up, bro?
Nelson, the gentleman, I just watched it 3 days ago, so it's fresh in my head. Awesome. Yeah, you know what? I haven't watched a lot of them in a while. They do have some really good takes on some of the movies and some of the details that they actually do in the movies that made us, and as well as the toys that made it on Netflix.
Oh, God, yeah.
Amazing stuff that they have in there. A lot of it I already knew. Some of it I actually was surprised. I was like, oh, really? I didn't know that. What's going on, man? What up, punks? What up, Vince?
Oh.
Muncher, yeah. And so what's going on, Shellback? Go ahead, Tony.
Go ahead, Tony.
It's actually weird because tomorrow would be the anniversary of it. It looks like Filmation shut down February 8th, 1989. Because I'm thinking to myself, what happened? Because it's weird how like a company can like dominate a decade and then you don't really hear from them, or then, you know, something else, a larger fish comes along and eats it. So I was just seeing what happened to Filmation, and it looks like they got into some grievances with a union, of course. The local union had filed a grievance against Filmation that questions the timing. Yeah, either way, it's almost however many years to the day. 1989. So what? 43 years, 33 years.
What was that? I take it that was something that Scheimer was embroiled in.
I think so. I just pulled up this article here, so I'm trying to scroll through it and see what actually happened. But it's just so weird because they were everywhere and then they were nowhere.
See, I didn't even realize that. See, usually I'll pay attention to the dates on certain shows when they're coming out or when they ended or when maybe studios closed. So I can actually kind of like schedule whatever shows that I'm going to be talking around those dates, like especially if it's Transformers related, because I never missed that. But yeah, that's just weird that you should say that. And I just happened to schedule this today because I got done watching the newer movie. Devil Flyer, what's going on? Welcome. Yeah, some of the old cartoons still do hold up in entertainment. Absolutely. Yeah. But I got one more clip here I want to play for as far as the movie's concerned. This is for the Ghostbusters 2. I believe this is a little bit shorter than the initial clip. So another thing I want to mention, everybody that's in the chat, there will be a giveaway that's going to be unfortunately only available to our U.S. watching friends. I will be giving away a digital code for the new Ghostbusters Afterlife movie. So if anyone's interested, when we wind up running that, and I tell you to put your name in the chat, just put your name in the chat as quickly as you can. I'm going to take like the first 10 people. I'm going to roll a die, and then whoever wins it, wins it. So, all right, here we go with the next clip.
Ghostbusters. Yes, we're back.
And following that up in 1989, Harold Ramis and Dan Aykroyd once again writing, and Ivan Reitman directing, and we got Ghostbusters 2. Starring Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Sigourney Weaver, Harold Ramis, Rick Moranis, and Ernie Hudson again. And also returning Annie Potts. After dealing with the big bad in the first movie, the boys are back again, returning with twice the know-how and twice the particle power to save the world again, this time from a massive river of ectoplasm and a resurgence of spectral activity. Of course, allowing the boys to once again save the day and also reviving their failing business.
Come in, Ray.
Hickman! I saw it! Hickman! What happened? Are you okay?
He slimed me. And as you can see, this actually has some of the original storyboards, and this is actually included in this disc set as well. A lot of interesting stuff is actually in this one with a lot of different pictures and backstory. It's amazingly done. Yeah, and in the back of the book they actually have bios on them about the characters and the people playing them. Pretty interesting stuff right here in this one.
So that was the last thing I found that was actually part of the merchandising. I found that old painted board for the real Ghostbusters. I was actually kind of surprised that thing was actually in one piece.
Yeah. Well, I did have the real Ghostbusters like figures with the crazy wiry electroplasm out the packs and that.
No, Luffiest God, what happened with Filmation is that all animation then was moved abroad because of the cost of production. Filmation held out the longest, but shut down eventually.
Yeah.
And if they didn't get shut down, they got bought out by somebody bigger, unfortunately.
That's sad.
We're still seeing that to this day. I mean, look at all these different companies that are snatching up all these other properties and these other companies to just bring it all under their fold. I mean, what was the recent one we seen? What was it? Microsoft had brought out Activision Blizzard.
Yep.
When like a smaller company, or getting to be larger company, would always sell out to these conglomerates. It always felt dirty to me. And, especially when someone had built this company from the ground up, they do it most of their lives. They're ready to retire and they just sell to the big guys. It always kind of felt dirty. But I mean, if the past few years haven't been I guess clarified that feeling to me, why it felt so dirty. It's like with just a few people in control of an entire industry, it never works out well. And especially when these people are usually executives who don't understand the industry that they now control.
And 9 times out of 10, they sure as hell don't care about the franchises that their company are swooping up and taking.
Sad.
What's going on, Captain Trek? Good to see you. Now, as far as Ghostbusters 2, I mean, like, once again, I know we were talking about it earlier. It did feel a lot different than the first one. I mean, I know that the ectoplasm and the ooze stuff was kind of weird. But I didn't really mind it. I thought it was similar in vein, but I felt there was enough of a different touch there to make it a little bit interesting in its own way. Now, do I like the first one better? Absolutely. There was something about the first one that was it was a standalone movie. I mean, technically, they could have made one and been done, and I actually would have been happy with that. But if they didn't continue it, would we have gotten all the other things that came after? Would real Ghostbusters have happened? Would there have been another sequel? I mean, God knows, maybe there wouldn't have been a 2016 attempt at it, but...
No, I think they definitely, if there was only one Ghostbusters movie, at minimum, they would have tried to at least reboot it by now. So I still think 2016 might be on the table. I saw the second one in the theater. We were so spoiled back then by good movies that people, didn't enjoy it as much. But I would love for a movie as good as Ghostbusters 2 to be released these days, because it outclasses almost anything in the modern market.
Yeah, I remember my mate getting grounded because we went to see it. It was a late showing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I said to him, though, oh, yeah. He knew he was going to get grounded, but I said, oh, yeah, go on, we'll go watch it. And so, yeah, he took like 3 or 4 days getting grounded.
It was worth it, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, these are the real Ghostbusters toys where, I had like all 4 of them, Slimer and Staple.
Very nice.
Yeah,
my brother had a ton of those too. I unfortunately couldn't seem to find them. He also had, I don't know if you remember this, they had a Play-Doh set. Yeah, they had a Play-Doh set where the Ecto one did something. I forget what the Ecto one did, but it made maybe ghosts or everything like that. And then they had another little like a cylinder that pumped out ghosts out of Play-Doh. Yeah.
Well, they had the slime with these and all, where you had a tub of slime, and like you said, there was other toys that you could get where, slime would come out with their eyes and all that. Oh yeah, the made though apparently, like with the He-Man.
Drink your juice, Billy.
It's Robert Loggia.
It's me, Robert Loggia, banging Billy's mom. Sorry, that was leftover from last night on my stream. So, there are dead people in the backyard. Oh, it's not Haunted Mansion, it's Ghostbusters. All right.
Oh, shit.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm crazy today.
Nelson the Gentleman, that's one movie I will never watch.
What's that?
Let alone worried about watching it again.
Which one? What did he say?
2016.
I've seen it 3 times.
Oh.
I've seen it 3 times.
Sick, twisted bastard.
You guys know.
Were you trying to outdo your Batwoman reviews? Like what?
Next,
I feel like Ben Affleck.
He's gonna put his balls in a vice and then do a review on that.
Every time I'm doing that review, I feel like Ben Affleck in that meme where he's standing there just like smoking a cigarette outside. You know, that's me doing those reviews. But no,
what?
No.
Sorry, the Afflecks were there. My bad.
I know. But no, that 2016, man. Like I watched it once. All right, I bootlegged it like when it came. I mean, I didn't sail the high seas to watch that when it was in theaters.
Are you high?
Yeah. Definitely. I mean,
I couldn't help that one.
That's okay. I don't mind. But no, I watched it 3 times, man. I watched it once. Like I said, I watched it, when it was out, when it came out in theaters. I caught it online, and then I watched it with my wife. I was like, "You have to watch this just to see how bad it is." And she's like, "Why would I watch it if it's bad?" I'm like, "Joe, just watch it for me." So she watched it with me, and she's like, "I am," and she was like,
"Your wife."
She was like, Jesus. She's like, why would you? She goes, she's like, and she loves Chris Hemsworth. She goes, what the hell did they do to him in this movie? I'm like, right? He's like retarded. Like, and then the 3rd time I watched it, I was just like sitting there really baked one night, and I was just like, I kind of passed out, and it was on FX, and I'm like, oh no. You know, so it was pretty much like watching Shang-Chi in the theater.
Yeah.
There's no way, because like, if, Melissa Carfield had done good moves like Shang-Chi, it'd have been all right, but she didn't.
No, this, yeah, but 3 times who hurt you? The world, Soul Assassin, the world.
Anti-derivative Jill, what's going on?
Yeah, anyway,
no, what kind of husband are you to torture her in this way?
Yeah, what sort of
That's
person
right.
watches Ghostbusters 2016 3 times and doesn't like fucking Shang-Chi?
Oh, Shang-Chi was fucking terrible. Shang-Chi was terrible.
What was there like some kind of like teenager prank thing going on? Like you have to watch it 3 times and look in the mirror and Melissa McCarthy appears or something?
Well, no, it was if you say Paul Feig 3 times in the mirror, Leslie Jones shows up behind.
They are the same person, aren't they?
Yeah, I think for The Office, Leslie Jones just put a mustache on, and she was like, "I'm Craig Robinson," and was like, "Hey, Daryl, we love you," and she's like, "Man, it's so much better than Saturday Night Live."
Man, what did he do to you, dude? Like, I like him.
What did he do to you?
It was all good until he was in all those goddamn Seth Rogen movies, all them Judd Apatow movies with Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Although I'll still give Pineapple Express a pass.
Same. That was James Franco made that movie. Him and Danny McBride and everybody else, but I don't want to get off topic too much.
See, yeah. I wasn't really hip to the agenda back then, you know. I just know, okay, this movie isn't very good. This one is, whatever. You know?
Yeah.
The commercials and trailers for the new Ghostbuster were pissing me off. Like, that was deep seated in my subconscious. Like, fuck this movie, you know. I never saw it. I have no need to ever see it.
I watch bad TV, bro.
All right, I tried to watch it once. Couldn't do it. Couldn't get past it. There was a part where I think they were still on a university or something, and their principal was like, or whoever ran the thing was cursing them out. That part I laughed at, and then I'm like, it was so terrible. I'm like, right after that scene, I think I watched 2 more minutes, and that was it.
Yeah.
Frankie tried 3 times. He tried 3 times, could not make it to the halfway point.
Yeah. The whole way.
Did you ask him? Did you ask him afterwards?
You about trying to take your man home?
If look, if 82, if making 82 Batwoman videos hasn't done it yet, look, I'm fine. I'm fine.
This made me watch Brie Larson's feet for like an hour.
No. Look, I'm not Tarantino. I'm not Tarantino, but I appreciate a woman who takes care of her feet. Brie Larson is a freaking like eagle talon with those things. It's and then she showed up at that award show in open toes and had like open toe shoes and had foot fungus. So it's like, yeah, it's like, bitch, wear closed toes. What's wrong with you? Like that'd be like Melissa McCarthy trying to say she's the best Ghostbuster. It's like, no, you ate all the Ghostbusters, Melissa. Get out of here. Get out of here. It was
Melissa McCarthy wearing a strapless dress.
Oh,
well, I just ate pork chops, man.
You know, like a few of us here, and just like Tony says, I have no interest, no desire to ever watch 2016. I seen everything I wanted to see about that movie from the theatrical trailers that they were releasing. Now, as far as when the next one came out, Afterlife, I was actually a little bit concerned of where they were going to go with it, considering what they did in 2016. And I was very skeptical that movie was even going to be worth watching. And I've had quite a few people since then, because I didn't go out to the theaters. I mean, I'm still in the middle of doing stuff, you know, so it's like I don't always have time to go out to the theaters anyway. But I was very skeptical to go out to theaters. I heard a lot of people saying a lot of positive things. I heard a few people saying some negative things. I heard a few people saying, oh, well, it's more like a kiddie movie and it doesn't feel like the original one at all. And I waited until I seen it on the DVD racks. I seen the Blu-ray DVD and I picked that up and then I watched it. And before I say what I thought, what did you guys think? Did you have those same feelings leading into it? And what's going on, King of Squips?
I was sold on it from kind of day one. When I went to watch the movie itself, there was even a problem with the damn projector, and it like 5 minutes into the movie, it went out for like another 5 minutes, and they couldn't get it back on. You could hear the audio, but you couldn't see the visual. And then it came back on. And, you know, at that point, like, I'd already be super pissed. I'd be like, the man, hey, I'd give you a free freaking movie pass or something. I didn't. I watched the rest of the movie and thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought there was a lot of class put into it, a lot of thought as well. You could tell that they cared about these characters and the movie and where they're going to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a thumbs up.
That's kind of what I thought. I did a trailer reaction way back in like fall of 2019 to it because it was supposed to come out in early 2020, and you know, I had that bit of apprehension, like, oh God, what are they doing? You know, because you see the Stranger Things kid, which I've never watched Stranger Things, but I was like, okay, I know, I'm aware of, like, you know, some of the cast and what they're doing, just because you're like, oh, that's how they introduce them, Finn Wolfhard, you know, it's like, okay,
yeah.
So you're looking at it and it's like, how are they gonna do this? Like, how, there's two ways this could either go really good or really bad. Fortunately, Sony owned 2021 cinematically. Like they did. They cleaned house. They owned it. And this movie was just a chef's kiss, man. It was great. They did everything tastefully. All the nostalgia was done well, with reverence to the original. And that's because, you know, while Jason Reitman was doing it, Ivan was right there with him, you know. So it was well done. Yeah, it hit all the beats that I needed it to. I saw it in the theater twice, and I'm about to go buy it, you know, so I can have it in the collection. It's a great movie.
It seriously is, man. And like you said too, man. Like, yeah, they were doing some of the marketing, towards the kid aspect of it.
Yeah,
but I'll be honest, it played straight, like, you know, like anything else would. I didn't feel like it was heavy-handed for the kids, but the kids did a great job. You could tell that they have acting chops on what they did.
Yes.
You know, the star of the movie, like that girl, you know, she's gonna go places because I thought it might have gone in that direction at a certain point, but it didn't. You could just see that the kid was smart. Everything she's supposed to do, she did. I thought in a very good way. And the rest of the cast was so damn good. The chick who played her mom. Whew, more of her, please. Especially when she was getting possessed.
Yeah. it's funny you're talking about McKenna Grace is the young lady's name who played Phoebe. She actually sang the one of the songs in the credits too.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
She can
That's
act
talent.
and she can sing. She's good. I'm hoping they do another one of these. Honestly, I just fingers crossed it's treated the same way as this one. If it is, they'll have another hit on their hands. Honestly, I was hoping this would make more, and this is a conversation Tony and I had multiple times. We were hoping this movie would do better at the box office, but this franchise never really translated into international dollars. It's always been more domestic, based on the supernatural beliefs held around the world by other countries, China. So it doesn't get those bigger market releases.
But see, No Way Home proved we don't need that market, and
that's right. It absolutely did.
Like, I don't understand why they pander to them anyways when they are barely making any money over there. Like
there's 3 billion of them.
Yeah,
Even though they got that much money, because Chinese millionaire is about as rich as just an average working middle class.
But like, how big of a percentage is going to the party over there? How there's 1 billion people, but even if you got all billion to go see it, how much are they really making? Maybe.
Well, Tony, I do know that there's one thing going on as far as like Disney is. In Disney, even though they pander to China as far as like trying to get their movie releases out there, or maybe even dumbing certain things down in their trailer posters and everything else, they actually get less of a cut whenever those movies go to China.
Yeah.
They make a lot less than they do in the States or actually anywhere else internationally. China takes a huge cut, and I imagine they do it to every single company that releases movies over there.
Why pander so hard to them when it's like, okay, they've got, even if all 1 billion people went and saw it, you're probably making just about as much as what you'd make over here in the States at best. I mean, I guess it's doubling the money, but I've never seen the Chinese audience that into American movies anyway. Maybe one every now and then does pretty good, but I mean,
it's a rarity to ever see like the money coming out of China really making that big of a difference. And what's going on, Bone? Welcome, good to see you,
Bone.
Well, as China's biggest sponsor, John China. I changed my last name. It's John China now. Right. So
now you're the Rock.
But listen, you know what's really funny? That without the Chinese market, we still had Spider-Man making the numbers it did. If it had it, it's the biggest movie of all time. That's what the proof was, is that Spider-Man is literally the biggest movie of all time. Yeah. I'm upset. But going back on Ghostbusters, I think it's super important that people do run out and buy the actual physical copy of the movie, because when those sales shoot through the roof, they're gonna know we're definitely gonna be making the sequel, and I think that's happening because I told you the first day I went, they sold out on Blu-ray in Walmart. Went to Target and they only had a handful of copies left. Today I went and I only saw 2 copies, and this is like a week later. So that's a good sign, and I hope more people are going to back it. And the what did I see before I saw in the chat? Nelson the Gentleman. Not gonna lie, I got some stuff in my eyes too during that movie. I don't know, it was dust in the theater or something, but I had a man tear shed.
Yep.
Can I say too, like when you're going to buy a movie, that's what you do. It's okay, let's go to Walmart, let's go to Target and buy a movie. Mm-hmm. I live in between 2 grocery stores, and one is always packed. One, it has some people in it, but never really busy. I went to the one that wasn't really busy a few days ago, and they had it, last place, you'd really think of to buy the Blu-ray or the DVD. They had a display set up in there, and there were like maybe 2 DVDs and 1 Blu-ray sitting on the display. So, and that's somewhere where you usually wouldn't buy a movie. So,
I think that's a great sign.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think people really did absolutely love it. Like I said, I think a lot of people were still afraid to go to the theater at that point.
Well, you say you think a lot of people loved it, but I hadn't seen the new Ghostbusters kiddies as it is sort of like more kids, but it doesn't look too bad. But for me, I'm gonna watch it if it's on, and that I'll give it a look. But I'm not wanting to watch it because Ghostbusters 1, the real Ghostbusters, and Ghostbusters 2 sort of like is where I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a direct sequel to the original movies. And
Yeah,
the story. Well, the story is it's a continuation from one. I'll just say that.
I know about the story because I've heard of like what happens at the end and sort of like, but it just seemed a bit too like family friendly for me. So yeah, that's why I say I'm gonna
and that was one of the complaints that I heard about before. But I tell you what, there are a few scenes in there that maybe come off as a little bit, I guess you could say childish, but it's only a few scenes. Like the majority of this film feels much like the first one did. It's a part horror story, part comedy.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly like the first one was. And anybody saying that it's anything but that, you know what, they're looking too far into it. And
it's a bit like the Goonies.
I'd say it's
like
probably too much like soy paste or something. Maybe it's probably in your system. You just need to flush that out and just wash it with fresh eyes.
Well, with 12-year-old girls' eyes. That's what.
See, there it goes. There it goes.
No, all I'm saying though is it doesn't appeal to me. I'm not saying it's shit because it does look like it's got decent bits of comedy in, and the ending does sound quite like good. But there was too much I had of the being slow paced, and it was like, well, I don't want to watch it. I've got better things to watch.
Shadowhawk Backs, he's a little concerned. He can't understand it. He says, I only understand about half of what Yen said. And, well, the only thing I could say to that is...
He don't know talking good like me and you. So his vocabularistics is limited.
Yeah, I've been hanging around with too many Americans that I just slamming words.
That's good.
I know.
You guys stop slagging off all the time, Jens.
Right. His accent is so southern from hanging out with all of us. It's ridiculous.
Yep. I'm going to start talking like this all the time. If you don't like it, you can go hell.
Now you
is that Boomhauer?
No, I thought that was Walton drunk, but I don't know, maybe. Antiderivative Jill said, Afterlight was a great start. Can't wait to see if they keep it up with the sequel. I want more of the original Ghostbusters in the next movie now that the Ecto one is back home. And Nelson, the gentleman also said Afterlife is the good. I shed man tears at the end. The Last Jedi and Ghost Thrusters 2016 made me go home and punch the wall.
Likewise.
I'm so glad I did not watch that. And Bone actually makes a point, Chinese afraid of ghosts. This is actually not a lie. They are afraid of things that are ghosts. They're afraid of things that are dead. You can't have skeletons and anything like that because actually Blizzard World of Warcraft, when they sent their, at the time it was their latest iteration, which was the Lich King, they had to highly revamp that game because there were so many skeletons and dead bodies in it that was a no-go in China. They had to revamp the whole game to release it in the China markets.
From what Chris Fisk was telling me a couple days ago, they basically hijacked the franchise anyway. Like, they've got a whole World of Warcraft land over there and stuff, and Blizzard sees none of it.
That's funny, actually.
Yeah,
that'll teach them.
Yeah, right. Deal with snakes. And
yep.
There you go.
Hey, said is Jens drink? It must be drunk. Is he drunk?
Shadowhawk Bax had a different take. He thought that you were just from Alabama.
Yeah.
Do you and Ozzy grow up in the same neighborhood, or
in Tuscaloosa?
Those New Zealand accents are so bizarre. I'm kidding.
All right, so I'm gonna.
I know he's Irish.
I want to get into the next part of this topic, and that's some of the merchandising. Now, I know with some, Jens had already showed the real Ghostbusters, and he talked about some of the ones he had. So I wanted to play this clip of some of the ones that I actually seen last year out in the stores that actually blew me away by how much attention to detail they paid to the original toys that were out before they released these.
It's the real Ghostbusters. Now, I laughed my ass off when I seen these. These look almost exactly like the original toys that came out in the 80s. This is another one that is well done, even down to the little ghost characters that came with the as companions in the packaging. These are well done. And I also seen a Slimer figure and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. There was actually an even larger, very articulated Stay Puft Marshmallow Man that I'd seen later on. Unfortunately, it's another one of those things. I got in there and I forgot to take a picture of it. So along with those retro real Ghostbusters toys, they also already had out on the shelves, they had reproductions of what would be considered the movie style figures, where they had Venkman and everybody from the original Ghostbusters. And they also did stuff like this, the PKE meter and the Ghostbuster trap, just to name a few things that they had put on the shelves, paying attention and paying respect to that old school stuff that everybody loves so much. And it was proof, because 9 times out of 10, these things are sold. They're sold out.
Yeah, look good.
Oh, we got a Shellback joining us.
Hey, Shellback.
Yeah, so you said you had some of those real Ghostbusters, right?
Oh yeah. I had Stay Puft, Slimer, and like the 4 Ghostbusters that came with like a little ghost each. And then
so like I was saying, like that looked very much like those original ones, though.
Oh yeah. Well, like I'd seen so, and there was 1 or 2 of the colours that they didn't get exactly right. Because like one of the ghosts was like totally a different colour, and there was like some other colour shades. But yeah, they did a great job though.
And Shellback, what's going on, buddy? What do you got to say?
I guess my breakfast could have been free. Anyway, greetings from the mobile studio.
a vehicle video?
Yeah, I know. Really, you showing off now?
No, man. I thought Afterlife was a worthy successor to the first two, you know, and pretty much, you know, what's already been said, you know, is, you know, they had, you know, the nostalgia, but it was done well, and you know, I didn't, you know, the even though the lead character was a female, you know, it was not "I am woman, hear me roar." So, and you know, like one of the things that stick out to me, you know, is like, you know, when Phoebe was guided down to the little secret compartment, you know, basement thing, whatever, lab, and she put together she rebuilt the proton pack, you know, and it's like, how'd you do that? You know, like, I had help, you know, and so I mean, you know, it's like, hey, you know, yeah, she's a kid, but you know, she's like her grandfather. You know, she's a genius. So, you know, to begin with.
But even then, she couldn't do it all on her own because she had her grandfather's spirit watching over top of her and helping her.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure, man.
And I think that's
But,
one of the things that you're hinting at here, Shellback, is they actually got it right where they didn't put her as, just being all powerful and she could just do it all on her own. She didn't need any help. She obviously needed help throughout the movie. And that's one of the other things that a lot of these other franchises are missing out on. They just want to put this, you know, whether it's a woman or whoever, they just want to put them in a position and say, well, they're much better than everybody else just because. No, it should be because this person is intelligent. They've got, you know, ties to somebody who was also very intelligent, or they're extremely powerful because they got ties to somebody who was extremely powerful, not because they just jumped in and said, woohoo, I'm the best because. That didn't even happen here. I mean, it's supposed to be a learning curve. There's supposed to be a way to get to the top. And even towards the end of the movie, it wasn't like any of those kids were so great that they could do it all on their own. The original team had to show up to help them at the end.
Yeah.
And that,
you know, what I'd like to see though is, and I think you know, this is kind of going off of what ETET said. I think another movie, right, with this new bunch, you know, like I think it'd be kind of cool if they the mom, you know, and you know, with like shit, what was Paul Rudd's character?
Oh,
anyway,
shit,
you know, the mom and Paul Rudd, you know, like they've gotten you know, they're going steady now or whatever, to use a older term that the kids might not know.
Really
these
showing
days.
your age today, Shellback.
Yeah.
Anyway,
He's banging Phoebe's mom.
So mom and the teacher are now a couple, right? And they take the kids, and you know, and I'm talking about, you know, Phoebe and her brother, and even the I guess the brother's girlfriend, or the one that he was sweet on, and podcast as well. And you know, so they take them on a trip, right, to go visit Uncle Pete and Uncle Ray and Uncle Winston in NYC, and then some freaking supernatural shit goes down, and so the new kids end up helping, you know, the OG Ghostbusters to save the day. I think that'd be a good little thing. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, I think they have a good base that they could do for sure. And yeah, if Winston's taken over and he wants to grow it again and do the business, like it makes sense. You know, like the after scene, I think was really good and solid, and bringing it back to New York was, I think, a very smart move. So
well, since we've already got to know some of the new characters, and obviously one of the original team is gone, because I'm pretty sure they're not going to be doing the Ghosty Egon in every single sequel that they're going to do. So do you think that maybe now is a possibility that they could take it back to what the original Ghostbusters is supposed to be, from what we've seen from the blueprint, that it was supposed to be teams?
I think
like
so.
Maybe there could be multiple teams of Ghostbusters working.
It could work.
Yeah.
It definitely makes sense as well.
Well, what's going on, CJH?
What's up?
And what up, Ancient One? Thanks for dropping links. I know you're doing it. You always do. Thank you, buddy.
Because I got a feeling Winston wants to help out the family more as well, since everyone knows kind of what happened now. You know, the reason why Egon did what he did, because there was that big rift. Because you know they wouldn't really understand. I mean, it's a great story element. But anyway, I think now knowing that he could probably help out with that the land that he did, and he could set them up in a proper way. But it would only make sense if they start to get into the family business as well, quote unquote.
No, CJ's worried about that. I don't think so, CJ. I think the writing is on the wall of what everybody thought about that.
You got if it's the Reitmans, if they're still the ones who are going to be heading it, I don't think there's
No way. He actually said that this movie was a love letter to his father. He literally says it in the extra footage stuff that they have, the talking of the movie, the making of the movie. Yeah, he literally says this is a love letter to my father and the original cast that worked on it. And like what you were talking about, a lot of the things that they did is they brought back some of the same technology that they used in it. They brought back a lot of the original crew down to the people that worked on the costumes. They brought all of them back as well.
That is awesome.
I mean, that's what
I have it on good.
Go ahead.
I have it on good authority. Hey, Tommy, I have it on good authority, and by good authority, I mean my wonderful imagination. That Ghostbusters 2016 is used as a form of interrogation at Guantanamo Bay.
That and Brie Larson's feet up on the desk.
She serves her meals walking on her hands and hands them to you with her feet.
You know, with these streams and Brie Larson, I'm gonna just have a bucket, and I'm gonna just put a sticker on it. The Brie bucket. Every time we mention
Brie bucket,
barf into it.
All right, so real quick before we move on, I actually got one more clip to show. I mean, technically, I got a couple clips that I could show, but I don't think I'm going to show all of them because I know other people have got streams tonight. I know Scotty is going to be going on around 7:30 with a solo stream, and ETEP, yours is at 8:30?
8:35, sir.
Okay. So if anybody's interested in getting a digital copy of Ghostbusters Afterlife, go ahead and put your name in the chat with Afterlife right behind it. And then after we do that, if anybody's interested in it, I'll roll a die for whoever actually wants to be involved in that, and then we'll see who wins, and then we can you can get a hold of me on, I guess, on Twitter. You can either send me your email or I could send it to you over Twitter. I suppose that would work too, right? As long as it's the code, because they have to go to the site, which I'll actually send a screenshot. It wouldn't work for you though, Yen, so you don't have to worry about it.
Well, I don't. As I say, it seems all right if you're a 12-year-old girl, but I'm a 46-year-old man. So
Tommy, it sounds like Jens wants the digital download of the 2016 movie.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe.
Just send that to him.
No, I'd rather watch Afterlife. At least it does have like the original casting that doesn't get degraded by getting put through windows.
Yeah, that was the problem.
On my end.
Oh, I was just gonna say they made the original cast. They were like, "Oh, the original cast was in 2016." I'm like, "Yeah, you made Bill Murray kill himself." I'm like, "Well, the only one that got any respect was Ernie Hudson because he was the black guy and he was Leslie Jones' like uncle." Because they're like, we can't do anything bad to him, you know. I mean, I'm not knocking Ernie. I love Ernie Hudson. I love his character, Winston Zedmore. Yeah,
he's
but that's
super
just
nice too. If you ever meet him in person,
dude. One of my favorite movies with him in it is Congo. Like I fucking loved him in Congo. I like that movie. It's just but I like him. He's a cool dude. Yeah, he'd be somebody I'd like to meet at a convention. But yeah, he was the only one that got any respect because Harold wasn't in it. Dan Aykroyd did. I don't know if his character killed himself, but he was kind of whacked out on that too. I can't remember. I try to block it all out. But yeah, I just remember Bill Murray's character killing himself.
You watched it 3 times, or?
Yeah, I don't remember it. It was bad.
You watched it 3 times. I can't remember it.
Yeah,
that's how impactful it is.
Right?
Yeah, it's like one of them horrific experience where your mind blocks it out. It'll get you a different sort of reality. Just to handle, cope with it.
See, I got Stockholm syndrome with Batwoman. Like Ghostbusters 2016 was like, I'd rather have a hole drilled in my head.
Well, it'd be preferable, But Aykroyd was a cab driver.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, that was about it for him. Is just like, oh, what, you haven't seen a blah 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 blah. Like it was like a 30-second. So he wasn't too bad either. But yeah. Again, of course, Egon was already dead. So
yeah.
All right, so I just rolled for the people in the chat who actually put Afterlife in there. So let's count it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the winner is Anti-Derivative Jill. Congratulations. You will win the digital code for Ghostbusters Afterlife. You just remember to reach out to me on Twitter. You should already have me on there, I guess. I'm assuming. Yeah, at Ratty Rackinson, just in case, because I can't pay attention to everybody who's following me because it's such a long list. But I believe we are following one another. Just reach out to me on Twitter, and before the end of the night, I will send you the digital code and the instructions on how to redeem it. I'll just take a screenshot of it and just send it. So,
nice.
Congratulations.
I think Alec Baldwin is mad that he didn't win.
Alec Baldwin.
He said he's going to make arrangements over here.
Well, I'll tell you what, I was not really disappointed. My finger was on the trigger ready to pull it at any time, but I felt it was a bad taste after all the bad things that happened to me because of those lousy alien Trump supporters.
All that pre-ejaculation.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
What's up, Vinny?
We got a double Shellback
too.
Get rid of the old Shellback.
Turtle power, baby.
That's what I was saying. Like, Shellback is great, but when are we going to get Shellback 2? So I'm happy
Shellback version 2.0. I hope he's better than Matt Hardy version 2.0.
Do that.
Does he come with Lita and Edge? Is my question.
Just give me
on
Lita.
them.
Yeah, you know what, CJ, and that's the problem. You know, if Disney runs it, what they're going to do to it. Ask George Lucas what they do to babies. They kill them.
They will eat your baby turtles. They will mess everything up. Old Shellback. I've known him for a long time. He's a good fellow. When he got his place, most of you guys probably don't know this unless you watched his video, but I actually had gotten all of the Matchbox turtle stuff that they had launched, and I picked it up, and it was a congratulations on getting his own place gift that I sent him.
Nice.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, you know all about me and being crazy, E-Tip.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
So, just wait till I end up meeting Vinny in Florida. That poor bastard.
Oh no, the lovely Sherry, you missed out. I'm so sorry. There will be other giveaways in the future. Don't worry. I'll be a little bit more forthcoming with it. It was actually one of those things that I didn't even think about it until we started running the stream. I was like, hey, I got a digital code I'm not doing anything with. So why not give it away to somebody in the chat that they can enjoy this movie in case they don't have the ability to actually go out and get it. So,
right. I would have entered, but I'd have felt guilty. I was like, no, because I haven't seen it yet, but I just plan on buying it because, there's this person called E-Tup that said it was pretty good, and Vinny liked it, and I know Tony liked it. So, I trust my friends. I know Tommy liked it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I got a fake super chat. Real quick, I'm going to get to this. Thank you, Ancient One. Always give me the fake super chats. I appreciate it. Colossal size bag of premium carrots and premium lists for Tommy, the guinea pig, his wife, and the guinea pig pups so that they can week out of complete happiness. Week. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
Nibble, baby. But are they organic? Because if so, you got to send them back.
Lord Fauci. Vinny. This is all you. You're going to have to read this one.
I said afterlife, but I actually meant that as a new variant name.
Oh, no. Yeah, I tell you, Shellback, I hate it going on StreamYard with a phone. Oh, God, man. Heats the phone up, starts causing freaking battery to die out. Oh, it's freaking horrendous.
Dang it.
But I got one more small clip here. It's actually one of the few old school Ghostbusters things that I could find. So let me know if you guys remember this one.
Hey everybody, what's going on? And today we are going to be talking about another old school toy. This time from the Ghostbusters.
So Columbia Pictures reached out to Kenner in 1984. Yeah, Kenner. Same guys that brought you all those wonderful Star Wars products. Also did stuff for the Ghostbusters film. This one was actually a bit of a mini projector with sound effects. And it was just quite an interesting toy. It kind of reminded me of the old Viewmasters in a way, except they didn't have big giant scenes. It just had small pictures in them. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this one in the dark, because guess what? It still works with lights and sound. And as you can see right here, it works. It's actually got a focusing mechanism in the front, so it can bring it into clear view. It's got different sound effects. I think the other ones are annoying as hell, so.
Yeah, I do remember that. I think my cousin had.
Yep.
That was pretty cool.
I thought it was going to shoot out like a net sort of.
A Nerf.
That's what I thought at first, but then it was like
Well, it was somewhere, Jens. I know what you're thinking of. You're actually thinking like right around the time of the real Ghostbusters, and they actually re-released it when they did all the real Ghostbusters merchandising like a year and a half ago. Is they actually had one that was a bop gun. It had like it shot out like these like soft balls, almost like the pit balls. Yeah. It wasn't a Nerf, but it was like just a soft plastic ball that it shot out.
See, now if we would have had that, that'd have been fine. But now I understand why our parents, because we're all close in age. If we would have had that, we'd have drove them nuts with it. So that's why they buy our kids, their grandkids, all kinds of noisy, crazy toys.
Oh my God! You know what? And here's the funny thing: like 90% of the toys in the mid '80s and even to the early '90s were like that, with these annoying sound effects.
Yep.
And they did it, I swear, just to drive parents absolutely insane.
Oh God! Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the aunts and uncles that don't have kids would get their siblings back. Be like, I know what.
I remember a few toys getting trod on, accidentally. It's like, oh.
Well, remember, it was always you needed AA or AAA, or for F's sake, when you needed the 9-volt, it was the end of the world.
I needed was it C or D batteries for this thing? I forget what it was. I think it was 2 C batteries and 1 9-volt. The 9-volt obviously was for the sound effects, and then the 2 larger batteries were for the actual projector itself. But holy crap, I had a hard time even finding those big batteries, C or D, if I was looking for them in a Target. They didn't have them anywhere. I was like, what the hell, man?
Amazon, buddy. That's the best place for batteries. And I only say that.
I eventually found them, Adam. I had to go down the toy aisle to go look for them.
Well, my insulin pump runs on AA's, so I'm always buying double. And my previous insulin pump was AAA, giggity. But Amazon was the best price for said batteries, for getting big packs of them. Because remember, back in the day, you could go get like an 18, 24, 30 pack, no big deal. But even before the COOF, it was harder and harder to find batteries. And the only place I found decent prices myself is Amazon.
I'll tell you, you know who had the best prices on batteries back in the day? Radio Shack, because you would get that little card you would build up for free batteries.
Yep.
Radio Shack told me I was too aggressive to work for them anymore.
You were too aggressive. You, the Clown World Review, were too aggressive. Man, I just don't see it.
I don't get it. Too aggressive to work at Radio Shack? Like
they were out of business like 2 years after that, so I mean, big heartbreak. But
karma, it hits hard. By the way, any update on that good news from last night?
I haven't heard anything yet. I am anxiously awaiting with bated breath.
Well, I've got good news I can share if you want.
Oh yeah, We'd love to.
So we've got we've got puppies that are going to be in Florida, so that should be a run to Florida. I have a Canadian lady that wants us to either meet in Chicago or Vegas. Hint, hint. So yeah, looks like I might beat ETEP to seeing Tony.
Nice.
Ha ha ha.
Nice.
Nice.
I don't even like you anymore.
But again, man, it's as you know, these are the little guys I got in my office right now, so it's all to be determined. Once deposits are made, that's when I start sending out messages and be like, "Hey, I don't know, bro. I mean, I love you, Tony, but I don't know about driving from here to there, especially solo. If I kidnap ETEP, maybe, but I still think flying would be the better route."
I was gonna say, you know, we can like passive aggressively upload photos to social media, knowing ETEP's gonna see them.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I'm blocking both you assholes. I just want you to know that.
Okay.
Tony,
Hey,
I'm only talking to you on.
hate on another bald fella. What is wrong with you?
I'm only talking to Tony on show days now.
I see how it is. I see how it is. The bald.
I don't even know who you are.
But yeah, no, it's possibly May time frame, maybe before.
Nice.
Anyway, once I know, I'll message you and let you know what's up, and you can check the calendars and all that stuff. But yeah, man, it was kind of just one of those boom, boom, boom. Like 4 of the 5 instantly got spoken for, and I'm like, oh, okay, so I get to travel. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
All right,
I need to travel.
I got that DM off for you, Jill. So you check your DM. You've got a nice little screenshot of your code and what you need to do to rescue it from this piece of paper.
Before the guinea pigs get it.
The guinea pigs don't need it, man. They got the discs.
True. Well, they might want to leave some nice little jelly beans on it. Or nibble. You never know. I mean, they are guinea pigs.
We are pigs. That's right. I said it, YouTube. I'm a pig. And I'm proud of it.
Mm-hmm. PLM. Pig Lives Matter, baby.
That's right.
That is right.
Yes.
I'm part of that infamous group, the Pig World Order.
That's right.
PPPWO.
Awesome. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, cheers, Sherry.
Be aggressive.
Lovely,
Be
Sherry.
aggressive. So I actually have one more clip. I guess I'm going to show it anyway. I wasn't sure if I was going to. This is actually something that Vinny and I had covered, and I forget how long ago this was. You remember Ectotron, right? Then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we covered this on Collectible Past. I forget how long ago it was. It was at least a couple months ago, right?
Maybe a month and a half.
Was it a month and a half?
I think something like that.
Okay. I
I
try to leave it sufficient time before I actually use it anywhere else where I decide to upload it as a video, because I want most of those things that we're showing on Collectible Pass, I want them to stay there for a while.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make things unique, but since we're having an open Ghostbusters discussion and some of the merchandise they did from the past and some of the stuff I think they're doing right now, I thought I would show this one, even though this one doesn't necessarily have the happiest of endings at the end of the video. But I'm going to play this short clip about one of the other things that they had released last year.
The Transformers, more than meets the eye.
And today we have Ectotron, the Ecto-1 vehicle from the Transformers Ghostbusters crossover. And as you can see, this one is relatively tall as compared to the Back to the Future one. He also comes with a comic book, and he comes with 2 little ghost friends, kind of like they used to do with the real Ghostbusters toys as well. This one is very tall. He is 100% plastic. Of course, he has all the normal articulation that you would expect. So after about a good 15 minutes of trying to get all these pieces to pop into place, they do not. This was poorly constructed. I'm sorry, the rubber hose pieces, they're absolute trash. They do not stick into ports like they should. Although the car form looks really good, they did a good job on the engineering as far as how it transforms. But this shit is just trash. It's garbage. It doesn't sit where it should. This is the only one that almost kind of sits in the port, but even then, just barely. The vehicle form and the figure itself look great. These rubber attachment things that have are trash. Poorly executed. Badly done on their part. Would I recommend it? If you could figure out a way to, if they could figure out a way to fix these hoses, I would say yes. But as it stands right now, this is so irritating that I don't even want to deal with this piece again. I'm going to box it up, and it's probably never going to see the light of day again.
Transformers, more than meets the eye.
Angry Pig.
Yeah. I remember he's like, I was fidgeting so much for it. I'm like, yeah, I can picture you picking it up and slamming it against the wall.
I came close. I came real close.
I've never seen a grown man, kick off about a little bit of plastic wire, and then you was there. So.
Well, think about it. Hold on. Think about it. You've got a guinea pig that doesn't like rubber. I mean, come on.
We hate those things. We're against it. It takes away all the fillings. Hey, what's going on, Snow Dub?
We're not going in raw for another hour. An hour exactly till we go in raw.
You get time to let the pasta digest.
Yep.
Yeah, it really is a shame because that figure absolutely did look amazing, especially the car form with the Ecto one, because they kind of made it look a little bit more like Afterlife, like it was a little run down and was a little worn out. Yeah. All the engineering as far as the car turning into a robot into the car and the way the car and the robot look separately, amazing. Those rubber hose pieces, including the rubber ladder, drove me absolutely insane trying to get them into ports. Like I'd get one in, tried to get the next one in, it would pop the first one out. Get the other one in and try to pop the last one back in again, that would pop everything out. And I just went nuts. And I started, my wife's like, you better calm your ass down. I said, no. Yeah. I said, you need to leave the house.
Yeah.
Somebody is going to die over these rubber hoses.
She's like, I work in another shift. Bye.
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Is that a Jersey thing?
Possibly. I don't know. Well, I was going to say though, I think Gigawatt was the better of those figures. The ones that were like movie and Transformer crossovers. The Back to the Future.
Yeah, absolutely. It was. Yeah, the engineering on that was so much better. And like you were saying, you were saying the side swipe.
Yeah, they use the molds for sure.
Now, I know I have a side swipe, and I still haven't had a chance to dig it out and compare the two, like you were saying, but one of these days I'm going to get around to it. I did spend another 2 hours digging crates out in that freaking back room where all the toys are stored, and holy shit, I found a whole bunch more shit I didn't even know I had. I found a whole bunch more of the McDonald's changeables, and I wound up completing my first year set from 97.
Oh, wow, dude, that's awesome. He's like, I got so much shit. I have no idea. It's like Christmas every day he goes through his boxes.
It really is. It really is, man. It takes me back.
Speaking of which, since we're still kind of on the Transformers thing, I saw Blaster in the store today.
Did you? After you ordered it?
After I ordered it, and I got the tracking number this morning. I'm like,
shit.
Yeah, I'm so well. It was only a $15 difference, but at the same time, I'm like, I could have just had this thing today in my hands.
Right. See now, Vinny, since you guys like Transformers so much, they did a Scion XB one, which I have two of those, but I can't remember what its name is. I've got one that's in the box, and then one that is out of the box, and it actually transformed pretty decently. But it didn't have any rubber hoses, I will say.
Thank God for that. You know what? This is such a good statement for Snowdub. ETEP, I need you to put on your best voice and read this one.
Happy anniversary of your daring escape from the amniotic Alcatraz. Now, when I like to wish people happy birthday, I don't just say happy birthday because everybody says happy birthday. You get happy escape from the womb day, happy anniversary of your escape from the matriarchal tyranny you experienced whilst your incarceration in the amniotic Attica or amniotic Alcatraz. I like to juice it up a bit. So
happy anniversary on your escape from Planned Parenthood.
Happy
shotgun wedding.
Happy anniversary to the best day Billy's mom ever had.
Billy's mom got it going on.
Billy's dad's a fudge packer.
Billy's dad just sat there and watched while Robert Loggia was like, L is for look, I'm pounding your wife. I'm Robert Loggia.
And that guy probably said, I can get into this.
He's like,
what size shoes do you wear, Mr. Loggia? I'll go buy you some new Jordans.
Would you like some slippers and a pipe after you're done?
He's like, no, go get me some orange juice.
I want that juice, you son of a bitch.
Oh, that's a good one, Soul
Yeah, I like that,
Happy
Soul Assassin.
Anniversary on winning the sperm race.
Of all the swimmers, you were the Michael Phelps of them.
Seriously, though, Snow, I hope that you're having an amazing day.
The swimming
Hell yeah.
ain't all that important as eating the egg.
Now, why did you have to take it there, Jens?
I'm just saying it's all right getting there, but once you get to the egg, you can't munch through it quick enough.
I'm glad I couldn't understand what he said.
Do I have to play that clip
But
again?
he don't know talking good like me and you. So his vocabularistics is limited.
Basic biology.
Boy, that clip is going to see a lot of use. Jens is awesome, though. I don't know why you guys are busting his ball so much. Coming from the guy who made a clip for him, I should be ashamed of myself, but I'm really not.
You ashamed, please, Mr. Guinea Pig? No, never.
He says that he's an a-hole, but he's not, and I'm quoting him here, 100% a dick.
Yeah. Tom, I have to ask, the Transformer music, that was you playing, wasn't it?
Yeah. I did the Ghostbusters too. Just because I get tired of these big companies, even if I use a piece that's been altered, if I make it sound too much like the original, they come after me. So I got to alter it a little bit and do it in my own style, and that's the only way to get around their stupid copyright on the music.
Wow.
They've been driving me ballistic with it.
Yeah.
It was enjoyable, so thank you.
I do what I can. Mm-hmm. It's kind of hard to get those paws around the top of the bass neck sometimes, but we manage. There's enough of us.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like the Wiener Dogs, man. It's just they outnumber, so you're good to go.
Now, as far as some of the figures that I missed out, like Vinny's talking about, he's seen that blaster today. Which, if I would have seen one at the store, Vinny, I would have bought them. I would have bought every one they had, and I would have sent you one. I'd have been like, "Yeah, you'll pay me later down the road."
I know. You already got it, and I freaking ordered it. So as right now, I know we're both waiting on the damn thing. But trust me, I was still tempted. I'm like. Because again, you never know if things get damaged in the mail as well, right? I'm like, well, should I wait? Should I get it? And then if there's damage on the other one, I'll return the one that's slightly damaged. Or I'm like, nah, I'll just wait.
Do the old school comic, one for saving, one for reading.
Yeah, I don't tend to do that with figures much unless like I worked on them. If I worked on them, I usually have like one that's actually in the package and one that's open. Because I found one of the McFarlane ones, it was like impossible to find. One of the Tortured Souls, the female figure, and I have it in the packaging. I'm not opening it because I can't find another one.
Right.
And yeah, they're too expensive right now.
Well, it's one of those streams you guys did a while back when I was in the chat. It's the scary thing is it's almost like you're damned if you don't, though, because you never know if you're going to find another one, like you were saying. Especially these days, it's just so the GI Joe stuff. You were finding none of it, but ETUP was finding tons of the tanks and stuff. It's just so weird how that goes with toys these days.
Right. The only ones that I've seen, at that scale, are the black dude in the army pajamas. What the hell's his name? Etep, you got him recently on one of your tank runs.
Oh yeah, he
He's not
stepped away. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I forgot his name. But they have him all over that Walmart and no other.
Stalker.
It's a Stalker.
Oh, that's it. Stalker. Yeah.
See, I was gonna make the joke of, well, he's just a Walmart exclusive if he's in pajama bottoms.
He's in full pajamas.
Lonzo Stalker Wilkinson.
That's it.
Not to be confused with Denzel Washington's character from Training Day.
Right. And just keep him away from Joe Rogan. He's like, what's up, my N-word?
All right, Tony. There's another one in here. I like this one. Would you mind reading this one, sir?
Happy escape from the Ovarian Bastille Day.
That's it, Nelson. That's a nice Family Guy callback, sir. I recognize that. Nice. Well played.
Oh, Shellback. I'm having a birthday stream tomorrow afternoon, evening after Culture Casino's Tuesday tirade. Please tune in. I will post the YouTube stream link on my Twitter. Awesome.
Cool.
All right.
Nice.
Have to stop by for that one. Our good buddy Shellback. You got to show an old veteran a little bit of respect and salute him when you get there.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, you know what? I'm really hoping that they do continue this with Ghostbusters. I'm hoping that they wind up continuing with some of these toys that they were releasing. Like one of the ones that I seen and I didn't pick up, I was telling Vinny, I seen that Ecto-1. I seen it. I took pictures of it. And I was like, man, this thing looks amazing. And I was looking, I was like, I just spent a whole bunch of money on Transformers. Should I buy that too? And I was like, no, I better not, because if I buy that car, I'm going to have to go and try to find every single one of those figures and complete Zool. And I was like, no, I can't do it. And now I regret not picking the car up.
I sold my original one.
Oh, no.
I sold my Ecto-1, all 4 Ghostbusters figures, Marshmallow Man. I had the Volkswagen Beetle convertible that turned into a big bug.
Marshmallow Man. It's not just Marshmallow Man.
You sold Mr. Skate Puff. Shame on you.
I sold him. Dude, it didn't make any sense though. For the scale, he was only like that big. He was like just a little bit taller than the figure, so it like kind of sucked. I'm like, I wish they would have made him more to scale, because like the Firehouse thing was dope. Like I never had that. Like my cousin had it, so we used to play that. But yeah, dude, that thing was freaking. So I had like the figures, and I had like 2 of the cars. Like I said, it was like a yellow Volkswagen, and it stood up, and it was like a big ass like praying mantis or whatever, some kind of bug. And then I had one other ghost. I had the it was like a football player, and if like you bent him down to like get like a 3-point stance, his back opened up, and it was like a fucking monster. It was kind of neat. But yeah,
I remember that. They had that Wolfman figure too.
See, I never had the wolf. The only ghost I had was like the Marshmallow, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, the football player, and then you got like I still have like 2 of the little Slimers that came with like the Ghostbusters figures. They each had like a little Slimer with them, I think it was, because I had like 2 of those. I can't find the other ones though.
It's cool. Yeah,
yeah, I sold. I'm pissed at myself for selling, dude. Ecto-1. Oh my god, I should have never sold that.
Did you at least get some good money for it?
Oh, I sold them to buy Star Wars figures, but yeah, I made decent money on them. I didn't have any of their Proton packs anymore or anything, but I had just all the figures and stuff, and like I said, a couple of the vehicles, and yeah, it got a good price because the Ecto-1 was complete.
Sweet.
It had the hook that came out of the back, and it still reeled in perfectly and everything. Yeah, none of the parts are broken on it. But yeah, I sold those. Like I was buying Star Wars figures, so I sold my Ghostbusters and a lot of my G.I. Joe stuff to buy Star Wars, and now I'm like buying G.I. Joe stuff.
At least it was funding more toys and toys. Baloo Fun. Welcome and greetings. I see that Ancient One has summoned you here and to stop by. I appreciate you coming by. Thank you so much for showing up. Oh, what's going on, Darius? Good to see you, buddy.
Having met ETEP and seeing all the stuff he has, he kept everything in really good shape. So yeah, when he's sitting there telling you about the Ecto one, he's not making it up.
Yeah, no, the proton packs were fragile. They got crushed years ago. I think because I remember just literally and I never threw anything away, and I just threw them away because they just got broken. And yeah, holy crap, Tony. Hi, look who's in the chat, bud.
Hail, tap, and die.
What's up, Tap? How you doing, brother?
Greetings, welcome, new subscriber here. Thank you, I appreciate that.
Excellent.
Awesome. Yeah. Nah, you know what though? I mean, there was a lot of those older toys that they were making. The early ones like that, they were extremely cheap. Like we talked about it before. Like some of the Star Wars, the early Star Wars with those lightsabers that came out of the wrist. Very earliest ones they did with those is they'd actually have a 2-part to that saber that come out. Because there was the main part, and then there was a thinner part in the top, and the thinner part on top is the part that always broke off.
Yeah. Okay, they can't stop. They can't use cheap plastic. Cheap plastic is no bueno, and they still make that. They still have those problems every now and then with some of these companies. You know,
those one lightsabers that when you swung them, they were like they would woo with the wind. It was real light, like the wiffle ball bats.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the extended figures. My brother had a few of those. I remember the football player, and I remember the one with the big eye and the one with the tongue sticking out. I'm actually shocked I didn't find them. Not unless they're still sitting in one of the crates.
Yeah, I'm sure. Because I had the blue one, because that sat on the other's sort of head. And yeah, the one with the eye. I think I might have had that one, but yeah, I'm sure you stuck slime in them, and slime would come out with its eyes or something.
Yeah, they all had a funny gimmick or something. Yeah, the purple one with the big eye, I had that one, and I had the football player as well.
Now, here's something weird. Now, the one down below that, it's actually showing Slimer and a few of the other guys, and it's got a skeleton.
No.
I literally have that skeleton in the back, but that is not a Ghostbuster toy. That was actually from a game. Because I found the game it was too. Because I thought it was Ghostbusters, but I found the game that was too.
Looks like Jeff Dunham's puppet.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, it does.
Was it a Ghostbusters game though? Because technically it could be class. Because I'm sure you use slime on it though. Because you remember the slime pots you got. Yeah.
You're pausing. Yes. You're pausing.
Well, we're waiting.
Oh, the Ultimate Collector sitting there. I have not seen that. Which one? Ghostbusters Ultimate Collection?
No,
I haven't either.
I want another freaking firehouse. I want to buy another firehouse.
I want the Lego firehouse, bro. It's one of those that I wanted to get but never had the money to get it.
Those Legos are damn expensive for solid freaking blocks.
That Razor Crest that my mom got for Trey was like $100 and some.
Bro, the '89 Batmobile was $3.
I still haven't put the Razor Crest together yet. It's in the box. I was like, I says I gotta move so I can get this thing put together before my mom dies. I want her to see it put together. She bought it for him for Christmas 2 years ago.
Wow.
Well, somebody had sent me a Yoda. And I was asking around about it because I asked a few people that were huge into Legos, and they were saying that damn thing could go upwards of $300. I'm like, whoever got it for me, they got it fairly cheap. But I was like, what the hell am I going to do with it? I mean, I really don't put Legos together, so it's not really something I'm interesting. So
well, when they launched them, if it's the one I'm thinking of that you're talking about, kind of like the 3-footer, That was about $100, 109, somewhere around that area. But then once they discontinue that stuff, man, the prices just go through the roof.
Yeah, I know the box is very large on it. It's a very large box. So
that's what she said.
That's the way she.
That's
likes
what he
it.
said.
Oh, wait a minute. What are the people that you dealing with here, ETEP?
Dude, they're all lesbians.
Gotham.
Jesus, it's only the biggest goddamn hole in the world.
Not that there's anything wrong with the lesbians.
Lesbicans.
We love the lesbicans.
Especially
We
the
have
hot
lesbic. Oh, dude, that last episode of Batwoman, the last segment of that with Ryan and Sophie like going to town on each other. I was like, this is the payoff right here for all these bad episodes. We get like a little bit of like soap opera daytime like lingerie action with the lesbians. I'm like, can I see something better than this on Pornhub right now? Absolutely. But where's the fun in that? I've been waiting to see these two. So it's like, yeah. They gave the Tumblerinas what they wanted, and all the horny old men that watch the show and review it too. So there's our payoff right there. We got to see the lesbians. You.
It's just you and Az.
Yeah.
And Tharias. You got Tharias Unlimited and the other. What's the black girl? JL Longbone. She's funny. I recently just watched like one of hers for the first time. She's freaking hilarious. Cool. But yeah, there's like 4 or 5 people that actually like review that show and watch it, and we all hate it.
Now, I am not sure, but I thought that they did release the diecast version of the Ecto-1 at one point.
Did they?
Yeah, they've got for the life of me, oh good lord, I can't think of the name of it, but they have they're bigger than Hot Wheels, but they're not gigantic. Kind of like the Hollywood movie cars, because you can find Smoking the Bandit. You could, again, a little bit bigger than a Hot Wheel.
Like movie reels or something like that?
Something like that, yeah, Tommy, yeah. But I have seen an Ecto-1 at the Walmarts.
I remember Bear was showing me he picked up the DeLorean from Back to the Future. And, yeah, it was in that, what is that, 1/16 scale or something, or something like that.
I have a Hot Wheels DeLorean sitting right here next to me that I found a while back, which was funny because it was at a Kroger, and I was just kind of walking by, and there it was. So I just snatched it, and I was like, oh well, went looking through like 1,000 other ones and only found the one.
Well, I have two DeLoreans. I have like a smaller size one. And then I have one that's in scale with like the NECA figures, but it's not the NECA one. The NECA one looked like cheap plastic, and it was slightly smaller. It was a Diamond Select one. Yeah, it's pretty cool, and it came with like the actual like flame tracks from the tires, and it came with the plutonium.
Very nice. The basement had an Ecto-1, or had a Back to the Future car in it as well, but it's not in great shape, and it was one of the bigger cars. But I mean, you only had to spend $145,000 on a house in order to get a $20 car. Bonus, they left it.
These are the vehicles. I forgot about this little helicopter. I think I had that too at one point because I remember it had the little pistol grip on it to turn the propeller. But this is the Ecto-1 I had, and the little yellow beetle or bug, whatever. But yeah, that was the Highway Haunter, the Ecto-2, and the Ecto-1.
And the bug turned into a mantis.
Yep. See, there it is, right there, standing up on its. And this one, this was the little helicopter. I forget. Like I said, I completely forgot about that one. I did have that.
Well, they had to make it yellow, right? It couldn't be red because of Gremlins.
Freaking Gremlins. Speaking of which, I happen to have a gremlin here with me. It's not Trey either. But he brought this home from my mom's house. Here, let me cut this off right here.
I was scared for a second. I thought it was Mr. Beans. Oh, nice.
Yeah, this is yeah.
Okay, yeah, his arms. I got this when I was really little, and it freaked me out one night when I was like sleeping because my mom set it in a chair like across my. This is some morbid shit. Sets it in a chair like facing my bed. I got up in the middle of the night and I was like, nope. and just ripped his freaking arms off. And I never destroyed anything. At my toys, I never broke them on purpose. This son of a bitch, I'm like, look, at least if he doesn't have arms at 4 years old, I got a little bit better chance fighting him. So I was like, hey, man, fuck you.
I had Spike and also like Gizmo.
I've got a Gizmo around here somewhere.
Nice. So
I got one of the smaller ones. The like what was the Gizmo that was maybe about, I don't know, 5 to 6 inches tall or something like that. All plastic, the same thing as the Spike.
Wait, here. Okay, here's one of them.
There was in scale, wasn't they? I'm sure. Yeah.
Yep, that's the same one I have.
Nice.
No, the one I had was bigger. It was like that, but it was to scale to the Spike.
Sure, it was bigger. Sure, it was bigger. Yeah, instead, it always seemed bigger when you were smaller.
I'm sure, yeah. I'm sure, yeah.
19.
I know you Americans don't like it when other people have bigger stuff than you, but I did. Bigger Gizmo.
Go ahead, drop it on the panel then, Jens.
I will though. I'm just finding it now.
Go ahead and whip this out.
Yeah, this is 1984.
Picture of it, anyway.
Nice. See, you were just pre-Michonning before Michonne from Walking
Yep,
Dead.
I did. I was like, nope, you're not going to hurt me a little. So Trey brings it home because he thought it was so cool, right? Because he just watched Gremlins 1 and 2 because I got him on Blu-ray, so we sat there and watched them. And he had it in his bedroom, and he did not like that. So he goes, put it in your office. I'm like, okay. So when he was getting ready for bed, I took and I put it. He's got a Spider-Man tent in his room. My mom got him. You know, so I took and I put the fucking gremlin inside his fucking tent. And he comes, he walks in the office, he goes, where'd you put him? I'm like, he's around here, and he's looking, he's looking under the green screen. Where's he at? I'm like, I don't know. And he goes into his room, and I said, oh, wait, what's that? He's, what, as you hear that? And he goes, what? I go, look in your tent. He looks in there, he goes, no! And he pulls him out and brought him back in the oven and threw him in here.
Oh boy!
If Trey takes the legs off, I'm sorry, you can't be mad at him because you took the arms
No.
off.
No, and I told him I did it.
Now, do you remember they also had like those small die-cast miniatures for the Gremlins too?
I've got a couple that are like Happy Meal toy size. I think I've got the striped version of the Mogwai, and I've got another Gizmo. In like just a bin of random little figures like that I have left. Like I have some little Popeye figures and stuff like that, but yeah, a bunch of Smurfs. I think I've got Smurfs too.
Yeah, I just found a whole bunch of those as well. Oh, what we got here, Jens?
There it is.
Look. Yeah, because see, that's the Spike.
Yep.
And that, but with arms, if you notice.
Yeah.
But look, there was the Gizmo. That was it was to scale sort of thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, I had that. So yeah.
He's right. It was bigger.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those two over at the top left corner, I have those right now. Those are the ones, the little Stripe and Gizmo there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are out in the bin in the living room with all the other randos.
Those are cool.
Like there's some GoBots in there too. There's like probably 4 or 5 GoBots in there.
Nice.
I never had Transformers. We could. My parents couldn't afford Transformers. I got GoBots.
There's nothing wrong with GoBots.
We all know GoBots were the fucking B team, Adam. Don't try to church it up, son.
Hey, I'm just trying to help you out, man.
Hey, no worries. I do have to cut though. Regrettably at this point.
I know you got to get ready for your show.
Yep.
I'm actually getting ready to end it in a little bit myself.
Oh, all right.
I still got a ton of things to do. I still have to get my brother dinner, and he's waiting. Usually I feed him dinner around 6:30 to 7. So I'm actually kind of behind doing that and things I need to take care of as well. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go around the panel, and we are going to say goodbye to everybody. I want to thank everybody that's been in the chat tonight. You all have been amazing as always. Of course, Congratulations to Antiderivative Jill for winning the code for the copy of Ghostbusters Afterlife. Once again, I hope that you enjoy it. Thank you so much, everybody stopped by. You guys are the greatest chat on YouTube. I appreciate it so much when you come out and you support all our channels. Make sure to stop by and see ETEP in about a half hour on his show for Going In Raw. Make sure to stop by Jens and see him as well. Vinny and I do a show on Thursday as well. It's called Collectible Pass. Make sure you stop by and see that. So we're going to go around the horn, and we're going to give everybody a chance to say their goodbyes, and we're going to start with ETEP.
You know me, but I don't remember smelling you before. Who are you, and where do you come from?
I'm gonna need to watch that again, man. You played every time. I was like, I need to watch this. Thank you, Tommy, Jens, Adam, Vinny, and Tony. This has been a blast. Tommy, again, thank you for having me on, brother. I'm looking forward to Thursday, but we'll get to that after I run through everything here. Yeah, so you can catch me in about 32 minutes over on my channel, Etepo Queens, the place to be. Reviews for Monday Night Going in Raw, episode 189 tonight. I don't know if Red's going to be there or not. I sent him a message. I said, are you awake this week, Red? So if Old Man River hasn't fallen and broken his hip or fallen asleep, me, him, Vinny, and, we'll be joined by a substitute for Tony's going to be taking the night off tonight. But I'll let him tell you why that is. But tomorrow I will be, after my show, of course. I have to work tomorrow, so I'm not sure if I'll have time to get a single release video out. But you can catch me over on Supreme Heretics channel, Drew, and then that's at 6:40 Eastern. And then at 11 p.m. Eastern, I will be over on Mindless Entertainment with Jesse Milestone and Mad Mardigan, who's going to be joining us here in about 31 minutes now. And then Wednesday, my channel, ETEPs, you know it, the place to be. Reviews going in. No, we're not going in on Wednesday. It's I got all thrown off with this goddamn name change.
We could
the place
go
to be
in.
review. We could go in Raw. We always go in Raw. We don't. There's no protection required on my channel. But no, it's Wednesday Night Live on the place to be. Reviews with myself, Nick from World Class Bullshitters, Saggy Melons, and Cody from Pursuing Paranormal. And then Thursday I'll be back here at 6 p.m. Eastern. Right, Tommy?
Yep. Oh, wait, on Thursday. I'm sorry. On Thursday, 7:45.
7:45. All right.
I had to think about that myself.
I wasn't sure.
Well, I get confused because I always start Thursdays off because I always mention Red Stream. It starts at 6:05.
Red show. All right.
6:05 with the pro.
Okay. All right. So 7:45 I'll be over here, and I'll also be Thursday. You know what is? I'll be working on Batwoman. That'll be out Friday again this week. So get your popcorn ready. It's going to be a big week, ladies and gents. Thank you again, Tommy, and the panel.
No,
it's awesome chat. The best chat on YouTube.
Always a pleasure, man. I'm glad every time you get to stop on and we get to talk to stuff because I know that you're excited to talk about this stuff. I know you get even more excited when you've got all the toys sitting there too, like when we had that incredible G.I. Joe one. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen with Masters of the Universe with both you, Liam, me, and Vinny on it. Oh, that should be a lot of fun. I think we're going to have a blast on that one because that Castle Grayskull that I'm going to be showing off, I'm super impressed with it. And it's been a long time since I've been that impressed with a single toy that's come out. There's been some that have been really close, but that one hit all the marks for me. So
you can blame me, ETEP. It's all my fault because I reminded Tommy that you had the Castle Grayskull.
Oh, Castle Grayskull, Snake Mountain, the Slime Pit, a bin of figures, and a bunch of vehicles. So
Yep. Again, I did my job, man. I reminded him. I'm like, message ETEP. I'm like, I'm pretty sure he would love to come on because we all love the vintage toys, and you know.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm taking the green screen. I'm taking the green screen down for that one too, so I have room for everything in here. I'm gonna have tables set up behind me with the toys on them. So.
See, you're gonna make everybody drool on the panel.
He's a buffet of figures.
Yes, sir.
All right, Jens, what you got going on, buddy?
Right. Hopefully, I'll be doing a video. Although my last video, which was about Two Fisted, a comic book that's getting crowdfunded, coming out. It took 3 days for it to get one view, but whoever watched it watched all of it. So thanks to whoever watched that. Yeah, you like everything. But yeah, so hopefully I'll be doing a video before Tuesday tomorrow. Well, today where I am, and do a live stream tomorrow, and then Wednesday doing the Bond film. You Only Live Twice, reviewing that and doing a watch. But no one's watching the Bond films with me, but it's okay because I'll watch them by myself and just do a review of it.
No, I've never been much of a Bond fan, so I've told you about that before, though. But it's nothing to take away from the series. It's just it was never my cup of tea. I've never really been that much into the spy stuff. So
yeah. Well, like I'm going right through them all of that. So I'll even probably have to do the 1950s one where it was the American Bond. So I should have really started off with that one. That is Casino Royale. But
Lazenby?
No,
no, that's Her Majesty.
Casino Royale's Craig.
No, it was done like for an American TV sort of company back in the 1950s.
Okay.
The original Casino Royale.
Oh,
yeah. Because it is pretty close to the Daniel Craig one, but it's not as obviously as glamorized. It was done in the 1950s, so most of it's just set in. Well, all of it is set in the casino sort of hotel, and like most of it is set in the casino bit, and then there's bits in the casino hotel.
Because your fist is on my list.
I said your fist, I can't resist. That's Darius. We need to collaborate on that. Write that down.
Sup, Curtis?
We could get Chris Fisk on that as well.
Yes,
Chris
exactly.
Fist.
Because you're Chris Fisk.
We're gonna start calling him Chris Fist.
I've been saying I'm waiting for somebody to make the parody account, but we're going to go over to Adam. What's going on, Adam? Let the good people to know where they can find you. What you're doing.
So super fan man with a plan, along with Frank and the Wiener Dog Clan. You can find me pretty much with all of these people that are on the panel. Just because that's what I do. I try to make it every Monday here as much as I can in the chat and or on the panel. I will be in the chat always of Eats Epic Clean Place to Be reviews. Clown World Review on Tuesdays when he does stuff. I am there. Wednesday, Digital Pollution. I hang out with a bunch of Brits and would-be German and an Irishman when we stream. Wednesday night, of course, back to the Place to Be reviews. Thursday, of course, it's got to be with those two giddy pigs, Tommy and Vinny, to hang out here along with Red Stream Pre. And then usually WCBS in the evening if I can keep my old ass up. Friday night, the Men's Room. You can catch me at the Men's Room. I am the co-host along with the Appalachian American and Tommy Gunn, the non-porn star boxer, if you will. And then, that's it. I try to, spread the word as much as I can with everybody and share the love and have the fun. And Frank's always around so I can show off my big, fat wiener dog.
Appreciate it, Adam. Thank you for coming on. It's always a lot of fun to have you on when you bring that certain something to the stream that we need. Absolutely, every single time. And thank you for always supporting all of our channels. It does mean a lot, my friend.
Hey,
we
thank
really
you, brother.
do
I'm just glad
appreciate
y'all
it.
do what you do because it makes my life a lot better when you're hanging out with a bunch of wiener dogs.
What you got here real quick?
Just that 1950s Barry Nelson as James Bond and like Peter Lorre's Le Chiffre, and that was like the 1950s.
Oh, he played Le Chiffre? Wow.
No, he played James Bond in that, but it was
No,
Peter
Lorre was.
Oh yeah, because like
hello, James Bond.
Yeah.
I'm gonna swing this rope at your sack.
I'm sure that scene wasn't in it, but
no, but it is basically the same sort of torture scene, ish, as in he's torturing for the but he uses a different technique, which is pretty nasty.
Oh, okay.
Fisting.
Here we go. Here we go. Yeah.
Oh.
There he is as the chief. TV
Nice.
episode of 1954. Yeah. And
awesome.
Yeah, Peter Lorre as the chief and Barry Nelson as James Bond. It's only on for an hour, you know, hour, should I say? Because it's like a TV film, but it's basically quite true to the book of Casino Royale.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
All right, so move on over to Vinny Art. Vinny Art, one of the amazing independent creators in our community. Vinny, let them know what's going on. Make sure you tell these people again about Shadow of the Kraken, which is very close to fulfillment.
Yes, it is. I'm going to be painting another page, starting another one tonight. But yeah, I'm on the last handful of pages pretty much. All the pencils and inks are complete. We also have that really cool acrylic standee of one of the characters from the book. So you can definitely snatch all that great stuff up. Catch me in 20 minutes over on ETEP's channel. And throughout the, I should be tomorrow on Drew's channel as well. It's a Tuesday one. But I'm trying to think what else. Thursday is going to be Brett's Probe. And then, our show together, which is awesome. And then Fridays and Sundays, you can definitely catch me on my channel. And you can also catch me inside Billy's mom. Drink your juice. Drink your juice, everybody.
Notice ETEP bounced as soon as Duggan showed up.
ETEP's got a show to get ready and get set up for. So, I mean, I knew that he was going to have to jump out anyway. So we're going to go over to Tony. I know Tony said he's got a few things that he wants to say, so I'm going to give you the floor, sir.
Sweet. So thank you, everyone in the chat, on the panel. Head over to the Clown World Review. Usually every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have the Monday Night War retrospective. That's 5 p.m. Pacific. We're not going to have one tomorrow. And so right now we've got something going on in the family, and I'm going to have to take a little time off. I just don't know. And that's starting at the end of this stream, by the way. I don't know. I might be back Wednesday over on ETEP's channel for Place to Be Reviews Wednesday Night Live. If not, I should hopefully be back within the next week. So 2 weeks at the most. So it's kind of, uncertain right now. I just know that I'm going to be away from the mic for a little bit. But still, come over, subscribe to my channel. That'll be sitting there dead for a week or two. And check us out on Tuesdays. And other than that, thank you guys, and I'll be back soon.
Well, I hope the situation resolves itself quickly, and I don't know all the particulars about it, because I don't know if you had said anything on Twitter, and I'm not going to talk about it on the stream because that's private and that's personal. So, but whatever it is you're going through, man, I hope it resolves itself quickly, and I hope that there's not too much pain and irritation involved in it, because I know myself, I had more than enough of that last year. Yeah. I think I had more than enough of it for everybody that I know, quite honestly, because I'm still dealing with residuals from it.
Yeah, dude. Definitely sending good thoughts to you and your family, Tom.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, and we're here if you need us, brother.
Definitely. I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate the chat. Thank you. All of you, you're great.
You're beautiful.
They're absolutely amazing, because they're there for us. Whether they realize I don't think people in the chat really realize how much they actually mean to all the content creators that are up here. But whether you're just making videos or you're doing live streams to entertain people, or whether you're like Vinny and you're creating masterpieces, you people in the chat make it so much easier for us to be able to do what we love, to enjoy it that much more. And you don't understand how much we really do appreciate it. It's hard to actually convey it in words, but really, you truly are all appreciated. So thank you so much to every single one of you that always stops in and shows us the love, because it does mean a lot, whether you realize it or not. Absolutely. So we're going to take us out the same way we always do, and I'm just going to remind you, remember, never let anybody tell you what you can and can't say, what you should or should not watch, because your silence gives consent. And we will catch you all next time. Later, y'all.
Nibble, nibble.
Peace.
All right.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, hi, Coast Casino.
Hey, welcome to Sporking News Podcast. My name is Scott.
I'm Temple Queen of the Place to Be Reviews.
I am the Patriot, Drew Taylor, aka Supreme Heretic.
The Red Gaze on YouTube, at the Red Gaze on Twitter.
What up, what up, what up?
Hello, everybody. It's me, Vinny.
The voice of Immortal Coil.
Oh, hey, I am the Ghost Bear.
What's going on, Tommy? You didn't get anybody to like this?
Yeah, I'm Wes Moody of the Wes Moody Webcast.
Tone Death rocking.
We have a lot of cool things over there. I did some magic tricks.
Hi, guys. Try to stay here.
My name is Monkey Knight.